Hello there, this is Defunct Games News, your one-stop shop for all things gaming news related in one weekly bite-sized chunk. And I'm your reluctant host, Lorne Riseley. Coming up on this week's installment, Minecraft marks the sale of a record-breaking 200 million copies. Shock and horror as EA produces a game with a fundamental fault in its gameplay. And other highlights to come. We do our best to avoid an advert that's more persistent than a salmon on a meth bender. And our What's in the Envelope challenge for me this week. What's in the envelope that Cyril wants me to do? I suppose we better get that out of the way first then, huh? Get the sentence, "That's what she said," into the news story. I quit the New York Times for this! But coming up first this episode. Released in 2009, Minecraft has been a cultural sensation, spawning a raft of in-game creations by avid fans of the game, a horde of merchandise, both cuddly and DLC form, and indeed the sale to Microsoft for over $2 billion. And now Mojang Studios has reported that Minecraft has now shipped over 200 million units, making it the single most successful single title game of all time, with a certain second place title currently being advertised on every internet gaming website demand. We'll touch on that more later, but suffice it to say, second place isn't even close to Minecraft. We cut now to our Being Gracious in Defeat correspondent, Richard Hammond. Richard?
Yes!
Jeff, don't we owe them all royalty now because we use their anyway, Minecraft. Despite being a game that's over 11 years old now, it still commands a player base of some 100 to 160 million players. And it still provides fun gameplay for both young and old alike, producing some truly remarkable creations, including, but not limited to, a fully working computer and replicating the Hogwarts castle from Harry Potter, a movie series I must admit to never having seen, because something deadlines to meet. While some may argue that Tetris, the simple yet elegant block-based game from behind the Iron Curtain, was the long-standing king, that game has been replicated more times than I've had ramen noodles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And therefore Minecraft has, as a singular title, lays claim to the most successful game of all time. And you could even say that Minecraft knocked Tetris's block off, because they're the two block-based games. Leave me alone, I haven't slept in weeks!
Round 2, fight!
Get it together, we're back live.
As you may be aware, Cyril, Lachelle and I recently time travelled. We were trying to prevent the EGM award ceremonies from even taking place. It was a wild ride.
All right, Lorne, hit the switch. Let's end this.
Unfortunately, by saving the multiverse, we therefore doomed it to a universe where Robert Pattinson is going to be Batman. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for this to happen. And here with our overacting correspondent, Darth Vader. Darth. Thank you, Annie. What you didn't see is a totally bodacious journey full of ups, downs, twists and turns, and a lot of inexplicable arriving in moments in time where me and Cyril had no business to be. So on this week, let's check in on our courageous counterparts, where it seems that they find themselves in the slippery, slimy, timey-wimey version of space-time where they land in possibly one of the most wholesome moments of the last 10 years of gaming.
There of walking the streets of the future is really going to be breathtaking. You're breathtaking.
Aw, thank you, Keanu. That's so nice. Yeah, I know we're on a time delay, but I can only do it so quick. Now, EA produces some of the most original, faultless, and innovative games of all time. We all know this, right? Right?
No, we're being
No?
sarcastic.
Oh, it's sarcastic, okay. They produce some of the most innovative and well-produced games of all time. Is that better? Never will you hear the words carbon copy or barely improved or for f***'s sake, why is it broken when a review of their games are published. However, in a truly shocking turn of events, EA appears to have produced a game that misses a fundamental aspect of the sports game it's simulating, leading to hilarious or indeed rage-inducing consequences. Now strap yourself in, folks, this is a doozy. On the 16th of May 2020, Rydell Brito, aka Joke, no, I'm being serious, a professional Madden player, managed to pull off the feat of winning the Madden Bowl tournament without throwing a single pass or even fielding a quarterback. According to PC Gamer, in the tournament, players draft teams with a salary cap restriction, and rather than spending big on a talented quarterback, Joke instead drafted Washington punter Trez Way to take snaps. With the salary saved by skipping the QB altogether, Joke was able to afford a strong offensive and defensive players with special abilities. Joke also used a run-focused Oakland Raiders offensive playbook and Miami Dolphins defense. Finally, for once, Miami does something right, the one team I support. But for our European viewers who may play FIFA and not NFL or NHL, to put in an equivalency, that's like dropping your goalkeeper and two of your defenders and playing a front five of Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Mo Salah, and God himself. Contrary to my somewhat sarcastic statements at the beginning of this piece, EA are by no means strangers to this kind of glitchy, buggy game that fundamentally ruins it. Let's not forget that in multiple FIFA editions of perhaps 13, 12, 14, 17, and 19, you can't get past a certain point in the career mode without the game completely crashing. Every year on year, every gamer abuses the career mode free contract system, and in 13, the loan system, and by no means can we forget the rage-inducing halfway kick goal, whereby all you need to do is pass it forwards, pass it backwards, hit it from the line, and you will score every single time. EA, are you listening yet? Is this embarrassing for EA? Perhaps, but nothing a little patching and a few pack launches won't fix. In the meantime, it means that you all can abuse the hell out of this system too. Brito walks away $65,000 richer, and is therefore $64,997 ahead of my lifetime earnings. Why do I do this to myself? Wait, is that a penny down there? Oh my God! Damn, no, it turns out it was just some lint. Anyway, on to one of my favorite segments, Cyril Watch. I, like many of you, have no idea what Cyril looks like. I've wondered for years, contemplated who the man behind the digital curtain is. What does he look like? How does he feel? The man, the myth, the legend. The man who slum dunks Defunct. Who is he? By God, we're gonna find him, we're gonna catch him, we're gonna nail that son of a bitch down, I don't care how. On this week, I've uncovered evidence that may point to his identity. This week, this image of a time-traveling man. Let's not forget, me and Cyril time travel. This time-traveling man, could this be the man we call El Cyril? Well, I gave this to our resident Cyril the Shell expert for analysis. God, that's a total fabrication. Damn. Nevertheless, tune in next week where we'll hopefully get one step closer to uncovering the truth. I need to know. And finally, we take a look at some of the best bits of the week that I didn't have time to research initially, but good news, my boss has decided that toilet breaks weren't mandatory in my contract. So let's take a look back at some of these best moments of the week and let's make it quick for the love of God.
12 seconds later.
Awesome RoboCop vs Terminator Aftermath for MK11 DLC expansion pack. Awesomeness is awesome! With the expansion set to be released on or around the release of this video, coincidentally, it further reminds us that those fun-loving folks at NetherRealm won't stop until our childhood heroes have all been massacred in a long-awaited matchup, and I love it. Grab your Gwent decks, get ready for some really weird misplaced nudity scenes, and let's all get ready to wish Geralt and the gang a happy 5th anniversary. The Witcher 3 turns 5 this week. My highlight though, check out this tweet from CD Projekt Red. Doesn't just Geralt looks so suave and sexy and handsome and hopeful.
Yeah, that's what she said.
And finally, Epic Games won't stop until you download Grand Theft Auto 5 for free on your PC. They just won't leave me alone. Seriously, I saw this ad 8 times in one day on 5 different websites. Presumably it's a ploy to get everyone to sign up for Epic Games' site as a competition for Steam, but I already own GTA 5 and I like my kidneys where they are, thank you very much. I don't need signing up some random another contract agreement in my life. Oh, thank God it's over.
No, outro.
I've got to... What?
No, you've got to do the outro.
Oh, for God. Well, that's been the happenings for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the description below as to what happened in the news this week from your perspective and what you thought of the stories that happened in what we reported today. Please remember to like, share and subscribe and stay tuned for all the other content coming up on Defunct Games, including all the reviews and all the other content that they pay Cyril to do, but they won't give me anything. I've been your host, Lorne Riseley, signing off for Defunct Games News, and if you see her and she wants me back, tell her no, I'll be writing next week's news. Is that supposed to be funny? I thought I had the week off.
No, they cancelled that.
I'll see you next week.
Hey, thanks for watching this debut episode of Defunct Games News. If you liked what you saw here, then you should know that we're going to be posting new episodes every Sunday. Now here's the question I have for you. What games have you been playing this weekend? Look, I know I'm only here doing the outro, but I put a bunch of time into the new shark game Man-Eater. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what Lorne played. He should probably be the one talking right now. Anyway, please let Lorne know what you think of this debut episode and what you hope to see going forward. We've been wanting to do a weekly news show for a while now, so I hope you liked the concept. We'll be back later this week with a bunch of reviews, as well as a new episode of Defunct Games News next Sunday. If that sounds good to you, then I strongly recommend you click that subscribe button and support what we're doing here.